Good morning, Facebook. This is Deidre McIntyre of Black People in Cryptocurrency, and we're going to have an interview this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are, on the East Coast or the West Coast. An interview with Ray Austin of FanControlled Football League, which is a new football league entering into the space. And I'm just going to take a few seconds to give a little protocol to the Black People in Cryptocurrency group to welcome new members and tell them that if they're brand new, they should read the pin post before posting and actually become familiar with some of the rules in the group, and some of the resources are also in that link, including our free guidebook and where it is in the file section, as well as information on some of our spin-off groups. So without further delay, because he's a very busy person, I see him already here, I'm going to add Ray to the conversation. It's going to take a few 10 seconds for a person to be added to the call. So hopefully everything will roll smoothly. Again, this is an interview. You should be able to see it live from not only my wall, but also the Black People in Cryptocurrency group. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a second and actually go to my wall and share it to the Black People in Cryptocurrency page. So it's been shared to the group. Just give me a second. And I'm going to share it to the Black People in Cryptocurrency page. So we'll be streaming live in about 3 different places at the same time. So right, interview. You can never spell correctly when you're doing a live stream. Let's do that. Let's post it and I'll edit it later. Okay, so I'm going to send another invite. I don't know if you were able to say that, Ray. If you can see on your phone, there should be an icon. Let's see, somebody already clicked it. I see it. Let me try to add you that way and invite and see how that works out. If it didn't work out, hey, how you doing?
Yes, I did it. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it.
Let me tell you, every time we do this is a challenge. It's a different every single time. You know, God bless Facebook, but you know, they're beginning in the live stream, so it's always a challenge. We were practicing some things last night. I have
Yeah.
one of my admins is a partner with me, and we do streams together. We've only been able to do streams together one other time successfully, and whatever it is with the phone and incompatibilities just doesn't work. In any case, welcome
Well,
to Black People in Cryptocurrency, and also my personal wall. We decided to change things up a little bit for your particular interview and make everything public in about 3
oh
different
wow,
platforms.
that's
So
awesome. Okay.
before we get to Fan Control Football League, for those who don't know, can you give some background on your football career turned acting career, give an idea of your biography?
Yes. I group. I'm Ray Austin. I went to the University of Tennessee, played football there. I went off and was drafted to the New York Jets. Played there for a few years, and the Chicago Bears as well, and ended up in Green Bay. Once I retired, I jumped into modeling and acting in Chicago, and I have been doing that for about 13 years. And I've done some really cool shows like Prison Break, Boss, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and probably one of my favorites, Empire. And still currently on a few of those shows. But my real passion, of course, is the Fan Control Football League. So that's what I really have been indulged in and just have been absorbed in for the last 2 or 3 years.
So how did you come across this project? How did you become co-founder of this project?
Wow. So it's so crazy. What's so great about our group is none of us knew each other. You know, we all live in different places. One of our co-founders is in Canada, Vivek Jan. A few of them are in LA, and I'm in Chicago. And Grant Cohen, one of our co-founders, he's the VP of digital. He actually came out a few years ago back way back, trying to run a fan-controlled baseball team, a minor league baseball team. So it got to a certain place. It didn't really take off. He kind of shelved it. And our CEO, Sohrab Faroudi, actually owned an arena football team in Las Vegas. And, he wanted to turn his team into a fan-controlled football team. And, his partners at the time was just not having it. So he kind of shelved it a little bit, but he still had the thought, he was going to do it. I was in Chicago working and actually developed a beta test app with some guys down in Chicago to allow fans to call a play using your actual cell phone. And I got to a certain place. Again, it got to a certain place where I just couldn't do it anymore, and I kind of shelved it. Ran into a former teammate of mine, Tony Parrish, played with the Chicago Bears with me, and I told him about the idea, and he said, "Man, you got to meet somebody I know," and it was Sohrab. And we literally had one conversation. I flew up the next day. We all met each other for the first time, and we were like, "Why compete? Why don't we all come together? We all have different skills. We all have different experiences. Let's put it all together and make this thing work." And that was 2 years ago. We went and we raised $2 million. We bought an indoor football indoor football team, and we allowed the fans to run and control the entire team. So we allowed the fans to pick our location where the team was going to be set. We allowed the fans to pick our logo, our name, our jerseys, set our roster, pick our head coach, pick our players, and we even made a mobile application so they can call plays live on the field. So we had an awesome season. We were 5-11. The fans were the third scoring offense in the league. The fans were, and the fans who chose our quarterback ended up being Rookie of the Year for that league. So it was a great experience. We were in tons of press for it. ESPN, Part of the Interruption, Forbes, Fortune, GQ, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, GeekWire. It was just a great experience. But we decided to say, our goal in our back of our mind was always to have our own league. So we're taking the Screaming Eagles out of the IFL, and we're right now in the process of building our own 8-team league. And we ran our first. We partnered with Indiegogo, and we ran our first ICO, and we raised $5 million. And we're still on the road right now, doing a lot of road shows, still trying to raise money to build this league, the Fans League, and that's why it's called the FanControlled Football League, FCFL. FanControlled. We want them to have all access to the organization, to the players, to the coaches, to helping us build this from the ground up.
So I noticed, I'm going to try to see if I can reverse the screen and give people an idea of what the website kind of looks like, because I had it on in the background.
Yeah.
You have a lot of co-founders, and a part of that is because a lot of you had a lot of ideas at the same time. But what I wanted to know was how you say you have one team. Is that the Utah team that you're talking about?
Yes. So we're in the process of developing the league, the rest of the teams, but right now we only have the Screaming Eagles. Yes.
Okay, so and right now, as far as U.S. residents, they can participate because it's a utility token. You're actually going to be used. How is the actual token, or actually the app? How is it actually used in the context of like a game or outside of the game in terms of picking teams and all that kind of stuff?
All right. So if you think about any video games, mobile games that you play on your phone, you're always trying to get coins, get points, get diamonds, get something. And the more you get, the more the next level you get to go to, or the things you can buy within the app. That's what we have. The fan token is really the power of the fan. The more power that you have, the more you're engaged with our blogs, our content, calling plays, picking athletes, looking at all of our video posts, anything, whatever you do within the FCFL community, the fan token grows, and that's your power. So that's what the people will be using for the entire league. But the great thing about the fan token, we're not just using it just for the league. We're looking at this in a broader range of being the very, very first fan token of sports. So we want our token to be able to be used in all around. That we have not only just football, we have FanControlled soccer, FanControlled cricket, and that fan token is growing all around all around sports, because we think in the future all sports will be fan controlled.
Is that the future or is that now? You can actually find different pages for
Well,
soccer and or
well, when I say future, I mean, yeah, we're talking about now. We're when we're saying future, we're building things now
okay.
for the, yeah.
Good, good. And in terms of some of the other co-founders and other partners, who else is coming out of the NFL? I mean, kind of gleaned the team a little bit, but I saw NFL quite a bit from a lot of different angles. I think the CEO or founder of Vonage. Who were some other people? And
Yeah,
definitely talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
your CEO in particular, because I actually friended your CEO first on LinkedIn
Okay.
because someone shared something about a video from you guys, and then I went kind of searching through like the team list. But give us some idea of some of the background of some of your executive team members.
I'm super excited. All of us have been entrepreneurs in our own right. Sohrab Farudi's had his own phone business for a long time. He actually sold it, raised a ton of money, sold it, and became very successful from it. Actually, and Grant Cohen is another entrepreneur, and he himself has had several different businesses. Myself, I've done not only the acting, but I've actually had a sports division company in Chicago where we represented athletes. So we've decided to put it all, share all of our networks, share all of our contacts. We've gotten a ton of former players involved. All-Pro Al Wilson, linebacker for the Denver Broncos. Amon Green with the Green Bay Packers. And there's actually more that we have coming down the road. I want to keep them secret because we just want to be.
You don't have to keep it. Nobody's watching.
No,
just
no,
let
no,
it out.
No, that's great. That's the great thing about the internet and content, is building content. You can always just hold it and just put it out when you want. But
Exactly.
But you're right. We have the former COO of the San Francisco 49ers, Andy Dolich. He's a part of our group. You've got Mike Iris, the former CMO of FanDuel. We just now got one of the top crypto investor, David Drake, that just signed on, as well as you said, Jeff Povo, founder of Vonage, and Steven Nieroff. He is the co-founder of Ethereum. So we're trying to build a great board of directors to make sure that we can pull this thing off, because this is a huge idea, but if we're trying to change the world, we're going to have a lot of people around us that know what we're talking about.
Now, where can people go now to experience this? Where
Yeah.
I want to see a game. I want to see something in action.
What's so great, and you can go to our website right now, FCFL.io. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook, FCFL.io. And what we're doing now which is so phenomenal. As we're building this league, we want the fans to see every step in everything that we do, and that's from picking the location, breaking the ground of the stadium, picking the players. I'm on my way to Atlanta this weekend for a Super Bowl event where I'll be around a ton of former NFL players, where I'm going to interview those guys, and we want the fans to be directly involved in everything we do. I want them to ask me questions. I want them to give me questions to ask those guys. I mean, that's how we want this league to be. We want the fans to follow us, to be there when that first whistle blows and the ball is in the end zone for the first touchdown.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. I see a lot of people, which is unusual. I guess they're absorbing a whole lot of information. A lot of people are awfully quiet. Usually people are shooting out questions already, but I just wanted to read. You had someone from your network, Landon Southwick. Ray Austin is the man. Love working with you and the Screaming Eagles with him. If you're following this project, do so, because it is going to be big.
Man,
so
Landon,
I'm really big on asking questions from people who are there. So if you have questions, start shooting them out.
Yeah, Landon was an awesome one of our play-by-play guys, and was so great. Me and him played well together because he was the straight. He gave you all the stats and he was straight with it, and I was able to come in and hip hop swag it a little bit. So we had some fun at the games. He was great to work with.
Well, since you're a growing company, because I'm gonna throw it out there, because I know I got some people on my list that are former college. I went to West Virginia University, so former college football players. They're gonna want to know, some job opportunity, something. Where they need to go?
Absolutely. Again, I will go to FCFL.io. You will see the contact button. I mean, if you're a player, you can hit me up directly on my Facebook, RayAustin36, or you can hit me up on my email, ray@fanchai.se. And I will take, if you're a player and you have a resume, highlights, anything you want to send me, absolutely send me.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your role as VP of Football Operations. What's your day-to-day like?
Man, my day-to-day, excuse me, I'm going to go inside the helicopter. Sorry about that. I apologize. Yeah. So
That's how you know it's live. That's how you know it's live.
That's right. You can't fake that. Okay. All right, it's back. I think it was the cops. They were after me. No, I'm just joking.
That's acting.
So my day to day is, we as the football ops, we meet weekly, and we're like I said, we're at the process of building things from the ground up. So right now we're talking about the policies, the rules, and the regulations. We want our fans to be involved in every aspect of what we're doing. So we want to first direct them in where we want to go. So we want to start first with the rules and policies and the regulations. How do you want your teams to act? How do you want the players to act? How do we discipline? All those things. A lot of people want to get into sports. A lot of people want to get into sports jobs, but they don't understand there's so many different levels that it has to start from. So we want to first start with the rules and regulations, and then we're going to go from there to penalties and play calling and how the play is going to be called. We're still talking about locations. We're talking about the coaches, who we're thinking about hiring to work with the players. Where are we going to get our players from? I'm actually going down to Atlanta also to meet with one of the commissioners of the SIAC, Greg Moore, to talk about the HBCU players, because a lot of those players are the type of players that we're looking for. The Division I players, we definitely won't get a handle on, because those guys think they're going to the NFL. But there's so many other small and different levels of football with great players that come. It was actually a kid that just turned down the University of Alabama to go to Grambling. And so that's what we're looking for. We have the ability with the FCFL globally to give exposure to players. That's the biggest thing. I mean, all the content that we're able to put on the internet, and all the people. I mean, we've got fans in over 100 different countries. We had over 1 million views on all of our content. We had over 300,000 people putting out votes. That just in 1 year. We have fans in Australia, UK, Germany, Turkey that we talk to on a weekly basis, that are part of our GM meetings that we have weekly with our fans. So again, those are the things that we do on a weekly basis. So we're still in the beginning process, but we're using the Screaming Eagles as our kind of like our copy, and what we did right and what we did wrong and what we want to do going forward.
Since you're looking at younger players, do they get this right away? Then say maybe some of your fan base who may be older, or are they just like, what? Looking at a tablet, saying we're doing what play? I mean, how's been the reception from the players themselves?
That is a great question. The players in this generation understands the things that we're doing. They understand social media, they understand gaming, they understand fantasy football, and they understand the internet and how it works. And they see what we're doing, and they instantly understand where it's going. I mean, this is a live football game. We're even telling guys, instead of putting your last name on your jersey, how about put your Twitter handle? So when you're making plays and you're doing things globally, fans around the world can go right to you, and you can start getting that exposure globally over the internet that you wouldn't get if you were playing on TV.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't see any questions. I want to say I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to wish you luck on your trip to Atlanta, and I'll probably talk to you behind the scenes, because there's someone, I'm in his network and he's in my network, that just opened up a crypto-friendly building in Atlanta. I mean, literally just announced it like 2 or 3 days ago, and has people coming through. So he'll probably want to network with you if you're ever passing through Atlanta on a very.
I'll be there for a few days. So please
Yeah.
pass this. I'm making meetings as they come. So
No,
I'll be
on the return, when you know a spot, you want to, get, they're gonna take crypto and everything instead of U.S. dollars. I'll show you a
yeah.
video and you'll get some perspective. But literally, they just announced that they bought a building, so it may not even be up and ready. But I think things are moving in the right direction. I know I have a teenage son. He's really excited about it. He plays soccer, but he won't sit to watch any game. He never has.
And you
Um,
know what? That's such a great point that you just said. This is a different generation of football fans. When I grew up in the playing ball, 80s and the 90s, we were sitting back and we was holding our hamburger and our hot dog and our drink and watching.
mhm.
This fan today with fantasy football, with Madden, they understand the game a whole lot better. So you're not looking at fans out there just trying to throw Hail Marys all day long. They're understanding the strategy of the game, and those are the type of fans and the type of people that we want involved in what we're doing. So
All right.
that's pretty cool.
Thank you for sharing your time. I'm sure this is going to be watched over and over again. Again, it is Fan Controlled Football League, FCFL.io. So
Yep.
FCFL.io is the website. You can register for the token sale now. Definitely, Ray has also said that if you're a player and you've got some resume together, definitely hit him up directly. He gave his contact information. And thanks a lot. We're going to keep watching. And I hope my New Jersey people come out. You know we need a team. You know we're sandwiched between New York and Philadelphia. We get no love whatsoever unless you are Devils. That's all we got. I don't care if the Jets and Giants are playing in New Jersey. They never claimed us. The Red Bull have not switched their name to New Jersey, so I'm plugging New Jersey even though I'm from New York. So thanks a lot for your time.
I can hear it in your voice.
I got to put it out. I mean, something needs to happen in the middle of the state and get another team with Jersey, straight up Jersey on the name tag, and that goes for every other neglected state that somebody's playing in your area, but they got the other regional name. So we're definitely pushing for it. I can't wait till a time where I can take my son to see a game anywhere because I know he's gonna love it. I told him about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I would be so in that in a heartbeat." All right. Thanks again for your time and good luck.
Power to the top.
Take care.
Power to the fans.
All right. Bye-bye.